President Bola Tinubu has approved the establishment of a new Ministry of Livestock Development. This announcement was made as he inaugurated the Renewed Hope Livestock Reform Implementation Committee at the State House in Abuja on Tuesday. The committee is tasked with providing sector-focused solutions to address the long-standing farmers-herders conflict. On September 14, 2023, the National Livestock Reforms Committee recommended the creation of a Ministry of Livestock Resources to help reduce the decades-long violent conflict between farmers and nomadic cattle herders across the country. The establishment of the new ministry is part of 21 recommendations in a document submitted to the President aimed at enhancing the federal government's comprehensive response to the ongoing violence. The document outlines proposed solutions, including a reform agenda that focuses on conflict mitigation and resource management. To further discuss this, I'm being joined by the former Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry in Kaduna State, Dr. Manzo Daniel Maigari. Hello, Doctor. Thank you so much for joining me at this time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So, Doctor, how do you think the new livestock ministry will shake things up in the government? And which other departments do you think might feel the impact?
Well, as a matter of fact, I think this is an issue that should have happened a lot much earlier than now. For a sector that is this important, nothing can be more than having a ministry to address the issues. As everybody would know, livestock is an important component of the Nigerian economy, worth over 30 trillion naira, yet with very insignificant contribution to the GDP, which stands at 20.1%. There's no gainsaying that we can do a lot more. For example, we import over 70% of our milk requirements. We still import poultry products, or let me say, they are being smuggled in. A lot of even derivatives of high-value derivatives of livestock are all imported. This is something that ordinarily we should be producing locally. However, due to the failure of the development of that sector and the lack of structure, it has actually become more of a problem to us. In fact, a nightmare than the blessing that it should be. So the importance of this can never be overemphasized.
All right,
and
Doctor.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So I believe that the president has taken a very good step towards resolving the issues. Nigeria today has the 5th largest cattle herd in Africa, with a total population of about 21.9 million heads of cows. And yet we import over 70% of our milk requirements. And like I said, a lot of the high-value derivatives of livestock are being imported. This is something that is unacceptable. And I will go a step further to tell you that today we kill 40,000 cows every day in this country, and nothing less than 70% of those cows come from outside Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Doctor. Now, let's talk about the Renewed Hope Committee. According to the report, they have been tasked with providing sector-focused solutions to address, the long-standing farmers-herders conflict. Now, how do we make sure that, the committee is really listening to the people on the ground? And by the people on the ground, I mean the farmers, the herders, and also the local communities, and also incorporating their feedback?
Well, when you say a committee, I don't really understand, but we have a ministry at the moment that has been approved. And that ministry is going to be headed by an outstanding Nigerian. It is expected that this ministry will be really replicated at the state levels, but most importantly, agriculture is a state affair. The federal government will do well to ensure that the states are empowered and enabled to deal with these issues according to the dynamics of each environment, because the dynamics of livestock herders crisis they depend or differ significantly from state to state. There are states that have larger herds of livestock. There are states that have very few herds of livestock. But what is important is that if the state, if we activate machineries at the state levels, they will engage with the people. Every state Ministry of Agriculture already has a community of herders and a community of arable farmers with whom they relate. Sometimes when there are issues, crises, and all that, the state ministries are the ones that step in and mediate. And I'm going to tell you, for example, in Kaduna State, we had grazing reserves whereby we introduce dairy cooperatives to implement a livestock extension service delivery that was tailored to serve nomadic farmers. And we introduce napier grass for family and community use. Where we encouraged them for a start to do was to ensure that all their lactating cows, that is cows that were milking, were breastfeeding in the layman's language, were kept in one place and fed napier grass. So in other words, they don't go, any cow that was breastfeeding shouldn't go to graze outside. And dramatically within 6 weeks, I can tell you, milk production per cow per day rose from less than a liter to 3 liters per day. And experiments in semi-intensive systems have also shown that even these local cows can produce up to 10 liters of milk per day. But because they spend most of their energy roaming from place to place, they instead of producing milk, they end up just using that to run around for grass that is very low quality in the first place.
All right, also the Doctor. Quality. Yeah, just before you go ahead, let's just track back a bit to, what you said about an outstanding Nigerian to head the ministry. There are actually rumors that the former INEC chairman, Professor Attahiru Jega, will be heading the ministry. Is this true? And even if it is true or not, I would also like for you to tell us, it doesn't matter whoever is heading the ministry, how do we make sure that, the person heading the ministry is making a difference, and what benchmarks should we use to measure, their success?
Well, like I said, no, I cannot confirm at the moment, but of course the information at my disposal indicates that Attahiru Jega is going to lead that ministry. And we can attest to his astuteness. He's somebody that has served this country excellently and delivered excellently also. Now I would like to let you understand that at that level, all that is important is the commitment. He is not going to work as an individual. He's going to work with technical persons who are experts in rural development, who are experts in rural sociology, experts in agronomy, experts in livestock. All this is a kind of an aggregate of competencies that will enable an ecosystem that will ensure that adequate consultations are met with critical stakeholders to the extent that they can trust the genuineness of government or of the intentions of government to resolve the problem. Okay. Don't forget that we have had attempts at solving problems. For example, we still have the Nomadic Education Commission, which is there, which has this, a lot of money has been spent. But I think the issues around the failure of the National Commission for Nomadic Education have largely been as issues of trust. The nomads do not trust the administrators of the commission, and therefore all monies that have gone in there have literally just gone through into the conduit pipe to nowhere, and they didn't deliver what. So this is it. The major challenge there will be to build trust. And naturally, Jega himself being a Fulani, whom we believe and trust, has the commitment and the patriotism to resolve issues around this.
All right.
It's easier for him to be trusted by this. And then the technical people will just give him the backup to develop the framework that will enable delivery of value. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Maigari, for speaking to us on this particular topic. We do hope that, when the ministry comes to play, that it will definitely be done in a way that respects everyone's perspective.
Thank you for having me.